Those of you who attend Monday Adoration from 9 to 10 p.m. every week at St. Agnes Church may have stumbled upon today's guests as they lead everyone in song. Today we have Anna Keller and Jesu Goycoolea, music directors at Agnes, a group made out of many young devoted Catholics who come together to lead the community in adoration to the Most Holy Eucharist. Today we will get to know Anna and Jesu a little bit more. They will share with us how Agnes started, who can participate, and the inspiration behind their first album. We will also talk about the second album of all original songs and the spiritual growth they have experienced thanks to this amazing ministry. Make sure to support the podcast by subscribing and signing up to a newsletter. Information in the show notes. Welcome to Catholic Mindset Podcast, where we will explore Catholic fundamentals. I am your host, Alejandro Cervali. Join me as I explore the plethora of knowledge of our faith. Every part of our being is created in the image of God, including our minds. We must begin to imitate the mindset of Christ Jesus. What we learn here, I encourage you to contemplate, practice, and incorporate. We will look into the basics, prayers, traditions, histories, and practices used by our church to gain union with Christ. I pray that what you learn here enriches your heart and soul. Please subscribe to the podcast and sign up for our newsletter. Information in the show notes. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. We have here Anna and Jesu from Agnes.
Thank you for having us, Alejandro. How very exciting.
Thank you, Alejandro, for the invitation. It's an honor to be in your podcast.
Oh, wow. No, thank you. It's an honor to have you. Thank you for taking the time to joining us today and telling us all about you guys. So let's get started. Let's get started by getting to know you guys. Where are you guys from?
So I am Anna. I am 29 years old. I am originally from Argentina. I was born in New York and I've been living in Miami for the past 6 years.
That's interesting. I am Jesu. I am 22 and I am from Chile. And I've been living in Miami for the last 6 years as well.
And how did you ladies meet?
We met, what year was it?
In 2017.
17, yeah.
In a confirmation retreat / pilgrimage.
Yeah, Jesu was getting her confirmation and was traveling with her mom to Key West. It was a day trip to Key West where we were stopping in different parishes. And I went as a sponsor of my brother, also with my parents, because they want to come to everything. And we were both asked, both Jesu with her mom and myself with my mom, we were both asked to sing in the mass,
in
one of the masses at the end of the pilgrimage. And we didn't know that they had asked another pair of mother and daughter, vice versa, right? None of us knew. So when we got to the church, it was a pleasant surprise to find out that there was another very beautiful, very nice couple duo where mother and daughter were also into music and into singing. And that's the first time we met. But we didn't become close until 2018,
like a year later,
where we did Efeta. We both walked Efeta together, and that's where we
got to know each other a little better.
Yeah.
And then Anna invited me to join Agnes. That wasn't Agnes, it was just
it was Adoration
just once a month, very small.
Yeah, so that's how we met.
So Anna, you had started the Adoration before.
Yeah. So I when I was growing up in Argentina, I was very fond of Adoration during my teenage years. It was, for me, it was the cheapest psychology I could get.
I like that.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was, it was, you have all these teenage issues between who you like, who doesn't like you, problems with girlfriends, problems with boyfriends, problems with parents, and everything is a drama. And I had some drama, and Adoration was just a way for me to reconnect, to kind of discover who I was and come to terms with who I was. And I literally started going to 3 different adorations a week in different parishes, and started singing at each and every one of them. And when I moved here to Miami, after college, etc., I felt the need that this community needed this outlet as well. Through my brother and through my cousins that are younger than me, I would find out that some teenagers were going through just very intense stuff. And there was nothing like adoration in the church. I mean, that sung adoration, right? The musical adoration. And so in October 2017, we got permission from Father JC. 6 girls, they were mostly my guitar students or my singing students, 6 Argentine girls and myself, started the first adoration where only our families came. It was literally maybe the first 2 benches were slightly packed.
Supporting family members.
Supporting family members, exactly. And we started by committing to do it once a month, which in teenage words is a huge commitment, right?
It's a lot. I mean,
yeah. So, and I didn't want to do it on my own, which was one of the main reasons why I was even scared of doing it once a month. And then after that first walk in Ifita, Father JC had already mentioned to me that he wanted to start doing it once a week because people were starting to come and were really liking it and enjoying it. And it was a different and easy way to pray, and to pray in community, and to bring everyone together. And so in that Ifita walk, I decided to go for it, to do it once a week. And that's where I invited this girl. And since then, it's been a beautiful adventure, a beautiful ride. She is the best, the best co-pilot and pilot at the same time that I could have ever asked for. And it's been very smooth, probably because of her. And also I'd say because of my younger cousin, Giada, who has also helped out a lot.
Yeah, it's been a nice ride.
Yeah.
So Jesu, tell us when you first attended, and then when Anna asked you to join, how was that?
So when the adoration started, I heard about it. A lot of people told me to go, but it was once a month, and it started in October, and October I couldn't go, November I couldn't go. Always something came up. So in Ifita, we got to know each other a little better, and she insisted. And it's funny because I went for the first time on my birthday. And that was the first time that's when it started being once a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I started going. I was really shy, and just one more of the little girls there with my guitar. I didn't know anyone. I was a little scared, but I loved it. I went, and I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the group, and after a while, I just started climbing up until I became co-director. Because I also directed the Chilean choir for the 1 p.m. mass, so I had some experience.
Also, you brought experience and talent to the table.
Oh yeah, all the experience and talent in the world.
We discovered that we make a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like you guys have a great dynamic. And since I started, the face of Agnes has been mainly you. At least people I've interacted the most have been you guys. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think with these type of activities within the church, there has to be some kind of level of maturity and commitment. Ideally, we would love for Agnes to continue in the future, even if Jesu and I aren't involved. For the foreseeable future, we plan to be involved. So I hope they don't kick us out just yet. But there's a lot of talent, and there's a lot of young kids that have found that through music and through their act of service, and through putting their talent in the hands of God and as an instrument for God, it's been a different way for everyone to pray and to connect with God in a different way. No, I hope that the future of Agnes doesn't just end with us. I hope it's something that will stay in St. Agnes and even maybe open up in different places and expand. For now, I think it's safe to assume, or at least the experience has been that people will address us for Agnes mostly. And that makes sense. I mean, we're the oldest ones there. We're always there. We're the ones that never miss any adoration.
We're the ones that coordinate
everything. So it makes sense. Our plan would hopefully be for more people to be involved, for Agnes to expand, even go to different parishes and have different experiences there as well.
Agnes is a chorus, right? So tell us about the team, the group. It's more than you guys, of course.
Right. Honestly, we're super open with whomever wants to participate. The idea is that you have to have some level of commitment and you have to enjoy singing and coming and participating and being punctual. Right now with COVID, it's kind of hard to have, rehearsing times or to have like moments for us to get together and practice new songs and stuff like that. But it's the core group, I'd say, is probably within some of the people that were there from the beginning, and a couple of others that started
that have joined along the way.
Right. And it's people, I guess, from ages, we have
14.
Yeah, 13, 14 until 30 almost. So we accept anyone and everyone. Sometimes we even have our mothers singing with us because we need more voices, male, female, whatever, any instrument, honestly. And yeah, there has to be just some level of commitment. That's kind of the only requisite, and hopefully a level of talent, but that usually also comes with a little experience. And the idea is for everyone to feel comfortable to participate.
I know we have a couple of albums. By the way, I'm wearing my shirt, my sweater.
I love it. So are we. We're wearing all the merch.
You can find it on our website.
Yeah.
That's right. If you want your own sweater or shirt or caps, I think I have a cap too.
Yeah, that's a sweatshirt.
It's a sweatshirt. Yes, very nice. I know we have a couple of albums. The first one is called Eres. How did that come to be? What was the inspiration behind Eres?
This is Hugo.
Hey, Hugo.
Hugo is very excited to have
one of Agnes's pets.
Yeah.
Well, there's two, right? Well, you guys have the same breed of pets.
Enzo's also a big Agnes fan, but he's not present here today.
So our first album came to be because a dear member of our community, oh my goodness, he was a really, really big fan. He loved the Adoration so much, and he was diagnosed with cancer.
Uh-huh.
What year?
This was 2018. Well, he started coming to Adoration since the beginning, 2017.
But when he asked?
He asked
2018.
2018, November 2018 was when he asked us to do a professional recording. Because we record every Monday night, our adoration, and send it through WhatsApp, through different, we put it on the Instagram, on Facebook, whatever, on YouTube, right?
Yeah, but it's just with a phone. It's nothing.
It's right. It's very crafty, so to say. No, it doesn't have the technology, or sometimes there are mistakes and whatever. We have to continue. The show must go on, and this and that. And he had asked us, because he was getting some hearing problems. I don't know if related or not to his cancer, but he had asked us to do a professional recording. And at first, before we found out he was sick, I would say, I see someday, that would be great. No, when you push things off, but it's so sweet. When we found out that he was indeed sick,
we couldn't say
there was no way of saying no, and he's a dear friend. And we started kind of figuring out how this would happen. How could we go about this? And nothing, one of those things, like, literally, that it's just
Sent from
too many. Yeah. So we, all of a sudden, this one gentleman of the community as well, very good friends of Gustavo, he was the gentleman who had asked us to do the recording, brought a producer, a very well-known Colombian producer, to the Adoration. He heard us sing. He got enthusiastic about the project. And literally, that's how it started. And the first thing he told us was, you guys have to, because all we would do were sing other people's songs, right? Covers.
Songs from our countries that you usually hear in church,
but nothing original.
Exactly.
So this gentleman told us, the producer told us, you have to come up with an original song. We can help you, but there was a very tight time frame, because the sponsor of the album had a audience with the Pope for, I think this was February,
and the audience was in
April or March. Like super tight for writing first, but for also recording everything, that whatever. So so that's how it is kind of came to be. And it was a very rushed project, but it was a beautiful project. And that's where Jesu and I wrote together the song Eres, which was the hit probably of that first album. It is a very special song that later took us to kind of grow in an immense sense, not only personally, musically, religiously, but also worldwide, I guess. When we were finding out about the royalties of the songs, one of the songs that we wrote was sung in Medjugorje. Medjugorje is a place in Bosnia-Herzegovina where the Virgin Mary appears. She started appearing, I think, in 1981 and continues to appear until this day. And it's a beautiful place, a very peaceful place. And one of the songs we were singing that we recorded was from this place, from Medjugorje. So we were trying to get the information for the royalties, right? So could we get authorization to record this and put it on all the musical platforms and this and that? And a woman heard our song Eres and thought that song had to be the hymn of the Youth Festival of Medjugorje 2019, that same year. And that she asked us, the musical group, Agnes, to also share our testimony in the youth festival. The youth festival is a festival that they do every year, and over 60,000 people attend and probably see it live stream as well, because they also put it on YouTube and on all of the Catholic channels. TV channels. So we were invited to go. They asked us to translate Eres into English. That's where we came up with You Are. And it was the theme of the festival, which was a huge honor for us. We were invited to come sing and share our story, share our history and who we were. And it was a very special trip.
It was.
How many people? I think it was like 70 people of the community went, of which the choir were maybe like 15 approx, like 12 to 15. Since then, with the pandemic, it's been a little harder, but since then, our musical Adoration has started also to kind of create some movements in Greenwich and in New York and Connecticut. We have another church, the Guadalupe and Doral. They also have musical Adoration after we started. We've been invited to many other churches throughout Florida and also Alabama now. It seems like people really want to find different ways of praying. And I think through music, it's just something that touches a lot of people's hearts in different ways.
I like that. Jesu, what do you think about the whole process? We went from no album to The Gentleman with the Cancer, and then all of a sudden we have an album, we have an original, the Pope saw it, Medjugorje, and now other places. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and it's been an adventure. I think we've learned a lot, we've grown a lot, we've enjoyed it, and sometimes not so much. It hasn't been easy, but we always feel the presence of God helping us and, leading the way. It's been crazy. There are some things that we really can't explain the way that they happen. So everything. It's from the production of the first album to the trip to Medjugorje, everything.
Too many diosidencias,
Yeah.
like we say in Spanish, which
Yeah.
is God-coincidences. I don't even know. I think that's a good example of it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. So it's been amazing, really.
See, yeah. And after that first album, we have an after Medjugorje and writing our first song. I think there was a little like bug that kind of infected the rest of the group to start writing and
Songs.
composing our own songs. So right after Medjugorje, we started writing with a small group that went to Medjugorje. We started writing some lyrics and putting some music to it and this and that. And about a month ago, was it? A month and a half ago, a month ago, February 15th, this past year now, 2021, our album number 2, which is called Juntos a Adorar, Together to Adore. It just came out in all musical platforms, so you guys can listen to it there as well.
Yeah, it's all original songs, all in Spanish. We'll try to write in English.
Yeah. It's a little harder for us.
It's a little harder for us who are not, native. So
Yeah.
Alejandro, if you have any,
yeah, we
lyric ideas.
welcome. I mean, we can put the music to it. It's just the wording is.
It gets a little harder.
Yeah, it does not come too natural.
Got it. If I inspired to write a song, I'll share the lyrics with you guys so you guys can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please do.
Absolutely.
So I wasn't fully aware that it was all original songs. So congratulations. That's a big feat.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a big thing, and it's very nice to see people from ages 13 plus literally dedicating time to write about their relationship with God, who is God to them, how they want to approach God, how they want God to help them, to inspire them, to lead them, and their commitment to it. Because we sing every Monday night from 9 to 10 p.m. It's not the ideal time, the start of the week, you go to bed early, late, because we end up putting up all of the speakers and this and that, and we ask everyone to help, but they love it, and it's just super inspiring to see teenagers and their family and them bringing their families to adoration, to come pray to the church on a Monday, like pitch dark night. It's special.
A question for your first song, which was Eres, right? You mentioned growth. Both of you guys mentioned growth. What kind of growth would you say you've experienced from the first song you guys wrote?
I think we've grown in many ways. First, spiritually, verbalizing your spirituality, it's a different way to experience it. And it makes it more real, at least for me, more easily to visualize, makes it more physical. So I think that writing Eres and also many songs from Juntos a Adorar helped us grow spiritually, but also musically as artists, as friends, the group. Yeah, we're sharing so deep feelings and thoughts that we're putting into the songs. So it makes us tighter, I think.
Yeah. We've experienced a lot, both with the members of the group and even with ourselves, that sometimes there's a little bit of a scared feeling of sharing. This is all about faith. It's all about believing in something you can't see, believing in something that is there, you believe is there, but there's for teenagers sometimes, or even young people, or even adults, it's hard to visualize it. It's hard to say, I believe in this. And even though there are people that go against you, even though there are people that don't believe the same thing you do, or you believe in, it's just something that has, in my experience and my growth is religiously and spiritually, it's verbalizing that I do believe this, even though I'm 30 and I'm the oldest one of 29, I'm the oldest one in the group. It was still hard for me to say, yes, I believe in God. Yes, this is what I trust. And, I believe in eternal life. And all these things that we believe in, that sometimes you're a little embarrassed to share with people that don't believe the same thing you do. And so having this group has, I think, helped us grow in in verbalizing it and affirming it, in seeing people around you that do believe it just as you or even more than you. And so it's contagious, and in all these writing sessions, and especially with Eres, for us, it was just a special experience because we were writing this song based on people that inspire us. That even though for us, I think that was the first song we wrote, religious song we wrote, where we include God in the words, right? Where we include this force, someone that leads us, no? And we were trying to find inspiration. And in this case, Gustavo, the gentleman that had cancer, the fact that he was so sick and he was still coming to Adoration. He was listening to Adoration while he was doing chemotherapy, and he knew it was an hour. And so he would listen to all of the recordings we had, all these people around us that had, even though they were getting just such terrible news, and they still had this strength inside of them. And that was, we saw God in that. And so it's, where do you see God within the people around you? Because God is within all of us. And it was a way of finding God in every person that is around you and trying to love them, and because God loves them too. And it's just, I don't know, Eres was a very special experience. With Jesu, we would sit down and talk about these people and talk about, do you see how strong they are? Do you see, like, it's just so inspiring. And so it was to see, and it was God giving them strength. And so it was, how do we put that into words, So anyway, that's where I grew. Sorry, it was a long explanation.
No, it was perfect. Thank you. It was beautiful from both of your statements. I can definitely identify and share similar thoughts. Even doing this project, I feel the same way with you solidify what you believe in. So
yeah,
right.
Exactly. And it's also not being afraid to show it,
right.
Especially for teenagers. It's super hard.
Yeah.
They're going to, not all of them, but they go to, public schools where religion is not particularly
brought up or maybe even frowned upon.
Exactly. It's really nice to see them being committed and showing their faith and fighting for what they believe.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So I know we're running out of time. I have one more question. What is the future for Agnes looks like?
What is the future for Agnes?
I can't say tomorrow's future. Tomorrow we have to sing. We don't know what we're singing tomorrow, so I don't know what the future holds for tomorrow. I would love for there to be many Agneses in the world, for this musical group to transcend borders. I would love for it to be a little more multi-religious. I would love to open up our arms to different religions and to see God through everyone's eyes and to transcend these borders and barriers that there are in the world through music, because that, I think, touches lots of hearts. I would love for there to be an Agnes in Japan, an Agnes in Argentina and Chile, for there to be, it doesn't have to be named by Agnes, but to be a source of inspiration where young people, and not only young people, just people in general, can come together through music to pray to God or whomever you believe in, but to touch hearts and to share a world of hope and a world where music will not close doors but open up everyone's hearts. That's what I would love for Agnes in the future.
Beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Alejandro. Thank you for having us and for this beautiful opportunity for us to share our story. And we hope that Agnes touches everyone's hearts, just like it's touched you.
With the merch.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for everything.